let's start with the Trev Alberts tweets here, because there's a couple things that came out with Trev last night that I don't think were a great look for him.
What's that?
Trev, both the tweet and the interview with Sam McEwen.
What's it?
Huh?
What's that?
What's that?
Huh?
An interview? It's where you talk to someone, you ask questions, they answer.
Was it the tempura kind, or lightly battered, or extra crispy? What kind of nuggets do you think old Sammy McEwen?
I don't know, but
I got a pickle.
I think there was some low-key spicy ones in there that Trev gave for answers. Let's start with Sam, because that's more concrete stuff than Twitter. Twitter's just me being petty.
And Twitter you have to kind of read into. Although I will say this, I had zero problems.
Yeah.
None with him. He as in Trevor tweeting to and about Dennis LeBlanc. No problems there.
I didn't. You know what? It was 2 words that got me.
Okay. Go ahead.
I assume that him and Dennis are close.
Yeah, 37 years.
Yeah, I assume that he's very happy for Dennis to get this opportunity.
100%.
So that didn't have a problem with.
Dennis is whatever job he does. It doesn't matter where he. Dennis is overwhelmingly a student athlete favorite.
Yeah, that's what it seems like based on the reaction on Twitter. Like it seems like people love this guy. It seems like no matter what role he's had, he's been good at it.
He's a good hard worker, and he's honest.
And when you care about the people you're working towards, and you're gonna be good at your job most of the time.
I'm a huge fan.
My issue wasn't the congratulations. It was the right move. Nobody asked you, Trev.
No, stop.
No,
stop.
No,
stop it.
Nobody asked him. It is not his.
Hey,
not his circus anymore.
Where's my Michael Jordan gift?
Not his circus anymore.
Stop it.
Not his deal anymore.
Cut it out.
Get out of here.
Stop it.
Send a text to your friend. All right. You can text Dennis. Tell him congratulations.
Stop it.
Get out of here with your Texas A&M Twitter logo.
What do you want him to do?
Put a picture of your face up there, bud. Don't be one of these faceless Twitter losers. He didn't have a Nebraska logo when he was the 80 at Nebraska.
Who was he, Trevor?
It was just him.
Yeah.
You all of a sudden you're not the same person because you went to Texas A&M?
Hey, maybe he couldn't crop a shot that he liked with no gear on.
Oh, you don't have just a single headshot. You're an athletic director.
So listen,
you make $1.7 million a year, and you can't find a headshot anywhere. This is the
most petty Nebraska fan.
100%. Right move my ass. Get out of here. We didn't ask you.
Who are you?
You don't want to. I'm the voice of the people, DB. You don't want to be here. You don't want to make the decision.
Hey,
then
Shane,
don't tell us right move, wrong move.
Who's the people's champion? Is it?
I'll put somebody else as the interim just because you said that. Get out of here.
Would you stop?
I won't stop.
That's the only one that I wasn't really. That's the only one I didn't really struggle with.
That's fine. I'm sure he's the right move, but I want to hear from Trev. Get out of here. No, imagine this. Imagine. Okay, hear me out. We're both divorced, right? Like, imagine your ex-wife comes up to you when you start dating your new wife and says, "Oh, good move."
Well, that's happened.
Well, you have kids. That's different. If mine had said that, I'd have dumped her on the spot.
You didn't,
get out.
You didn't tell me you fell in love with the babysitter. I heard that.
Like, if your ex comes up to you and is like, "Oh, that's the right move," I'd be like, "F off. I don't care what you think."
No, but see, we're different.
That's fine.
We're different. I'm a lot more.
I think you're the weird one in this situation.
Maybe,
though.
But you know what?
Being honest,
it just fits my personality, right? I'm not typically, and that's why when it goes south, it goes all the way south. Like the 0.1% is pretty bad once I go there emotionally.
Sure.
Right? But 99.
It's like you have an incredibly long fuse.
Oh, 100%.
But once it's lit, this thing is
almost
over.
It's self-destructive. It is very volatile. But 99.99% of the time, I'm not giving anybody else the ability to control my emotions. And it's not something that it's like it's just a competitor in me. It didn't even birth from being the right thing to do. So
that's fair,
right? Like I'm not going to sit here and tell you like, oh, why is D? No, it didn't birth from a good place. It was birthed from a spot like I'll show you.
Yeah.
Then when I learned to kind of control and channel it, it became a strength.
Sure.
It's like I can do it in social media and confrontations. I can handle disagreements publicly because I think that's why I like to coach in crunch time. Like, hey, what do we got to do at half? Because I think I can keep. I love practicing blocking out the noise.
Yeah.
Right. Like
it's your clear the mechanism deal.
Yeah, but you know, like last September when it goes south and I can't control it, it goes all the way south.
Yeah, it's like a full tailspin.
Yeah, right. So it's like that didn't bother me because I think I'm telling you, it came from a good place.
That's fine. Read the room.
No, so what? Like
read the room.
But why are you owning that?
Because listen, he burned the thing to the ground.
He's clearly upset.
Well, yeah, so are we.
Yeah, yeah. And
everybody's upset here.
In full disclosure, I mean, like, if I'm being honest, like last night almost got me to, and somebody tweeted at me, I can't remember who it was, but they're like, "You mad yet?"
No, it's 2 nights ago, and you're like, "I'm going to be mad for a while."
No.
Oh, that was okay.
No,
that was the initial.
This is fresh.
Okay,
he quote tweeted something Trev said, and he's like, "You mad yet?" Because yesterday I was like, I wasn't even.
You were
mad.
disappointed.
I was disappointed.
Yeah.
And I looked at it and I'm like, getting there.
I was,
if I'm being honest, like, getting there.
Yeah. Yesterday is when I flipped to mad.
Yeah. Like I didn't.
Because I was trying to, I was taking what you gave me because I think you're more knowledgeable about the situation than most people. And I was like, okay, I'm going to be rational here. I'm going to look at the situation and think to myself, okay, I'm going to assume the best out of Trev. Because that's the information I have, and that's where it leads me to be. Last night, where
was it the interview that sent you over the edge?
I mean, I didn't. I really like. I know it doesn't matter to you. I really didn't.
No, it actually mattered because I felt like it was unnecessary.
No, not the interview. I'm talking about the tweet. I really didn't like the tweet.
Yeah, I didn't. So I probably had more problems with the interview.
I did have more problems with the interview, but I saw the tweet first.
Yeah.
And so, like,
it set the stage.
Yeah. So, like, it puts me in a weird place.
That's what you have to guard against.
Yeah.
Right. So when not everybody, but like when everybody was so mad at the border regions, well, they didn't do this and they did do that. I'm like,
everybody.
I'm like, hey, slow down here for a second. Like, a couple of things can be true at once. They could have had some boo-boos here in the past, but that don't necessarily fast forward to this situation because I do think this time cooler heads tried to prevail. They just didn't down the stretch. So I didn't need my pound of flesh from the border region. Same as I'll tell you, just because the one aspect of what he did made you mad doesn't, like, I just think you'll be better off. And I mean, listen, you got to do you, right? I'm not, you're a grown man. But I just think you'll be better off being able to take in information if you can take the emotion out of it.
And I'll be able to do
that. Right?
Because
Because sometimes he's going to say something.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter who the source is. Like, it's either going to be something you agree with or something you don't. But don't let it be based on how you feel about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm going to give myself a few days to just kind of feel. And then a few days from now, I'll remove the emotion. I'll be fine. And just looking at it objectively.
I read stuff from people I don't like all the time. My sister got so mad at me one time. She laid into me. And she has very strong opinions.
Yeah.
She's at Bloomberg now. Like, she's good at what she does. Okay. Started way back at the Fremont Tribune. But anyway, there were two particular people on social media sometimes that I would reference. Two people she clearly does not like.
Okay.
And so she sent me, like, on our family group text, she was like, why such and such and such? I'm not going to give her voice flexion. Let's just say it like this. Why such and such and such and such? I can't believe you read such and such and such and such. And I would reply back. I'm like, I like to kind of know how people think. Like, there is some validity in terms of what he or she is saying right now. I happen to not like them, but I can learn something here because I think they're right.
That doesn't mean there's nothing of value.
And then she would just pick, like, she's totally disgusted. And I get her vantage point. I do. It's just not the way. I don't know, man. It's like, Am I an unnecessary? I just heard this yesterday in my own household.
Yeah.
Am I an unnecessary glutton for punishment sometimes? Sure.
Okay.
And I said I'm willing to entertain that. I am. Like, okay. I mean, there were several examples of people that either intentionally or unintentionally or just issues in the past that I've just overlooked and moved on. Right. But I practiced that skill set from my dad. So it's all I know, right? A guy that, nobody wanted him at first. He wasn't good enough in and he just kept keeping on. So I'm not saying I wouldn't recommend it because sometimes it's not healthy. Right? Like, you have to cope with how you cope. But for me, it's totally a learned behavior. Like, I have to learn to catch a punt in front of 78,000 under duress. I had to learn to function when I wasn't the best. So, like, when I tell you something, I mean, it's like you got to do with it what you will. But I'm just saying, like, if you'll process information better, right? You wouldn't have lost a $20 lunch bet last night. No, I'm dead serious. You wouldn't have lost a $20 lunch bet last night if you could have just stayed in the moment.
And I mean, I've told I've told you this before. I cannot watch Creighton basketball rationally.
And you're like,
I'm
so irrational. And I was like, okay, but just use it as a teachable moment. Like,
no, I'm still gonna do it because, like,
I went to the menus right away. 60 seconds of you laying the wager down. I'm like, what could I eat for $20 for a $20 limit? I could go with the Meat Mountain sandwich. Maybe Gandolfo's. They got a double plate.
I do like Gandolfo's.
What was the other one that I threw?
Gyros.
Yep.
Yeah, like some gyro meat.
I got a favorite gyro spot.
Yeah.
I can get 4 sides of gyro meat for $3.70 a piece.
There you go.
I could eat it for 3 days. Get some, get some cheese on there and just eat a bowl of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I could do that too. It's gonna be one of those 3, Ravi,
hey, listen,
just so you know.
I'm good with whatever.
But because you couldn't stay in the moment.
No, so it's because I was in the moment. That's the thing, is when as soon as the moment's over, I'm good.
No, you stay mad.
Not usually.
No, do I need to bring up Monday?
What happened on Monday?
Dude, you're a jerk.
About what? I don't even remember.
I thought, whoa.
Yeah. That's fair.
Shane, can you hear Shane laughing?
No.
We were just in here getting mowed down for no particular reason.
It's been a long week, man. So I don't know how long it lasts always.
So Sunday you may be able to read something because stuff is gonna kind of leak out, and you're gonna be like,
at some point I'll be okay. And I'll tell you why I'm like this. It's because I'm just not going to pretend like I don't feel a certain way.
No, I understand.
And so
I got a glimpse into it yesterday when you were explaining wanting your feelings to be acknowledged when you feel them.
Yeah.
Like, don't not validate your feelings.
Yeah.
That gave me a good snapshot.
I am, and I'm going to validate my own feelings, right? Because I think that's important. I'm not going to talk myself out.
Yeah, you talk. Yeah, I can tell in your delivery.
I'm not going to talk myself out of how I feel. Mm-hmm. Now, I want to get into the reasons of why I feel that way. Like, I'm not just going to leave it at like, this is how I feel, so this is absolute truth. I want to get into the reasons why I feel that way. I want to get into the underlying issues of why I feel that way. And at that point is when I become way more rational, right? But in the moment, I'm going to feel how I feel for however long I feel it.
Yeah, and I have to have some built-in guardrails because I know that, like, I was gifted with I think it's a gift. Like, I can manipulate the situation.
Sure, yeah.
So, like, but
you have to be really careful about it.
Yeah, because because
otherwise you're a bad person.
Yeah, I don't want to be ill. I don't want to be ill-willed about it. Yeah. Right? I've went through that stage. So when I hear and I know that there's a spot of vulnerability, like, I'll go in and get it. Mm-hmm. But if I want to, I could be like, all right, I understand. And then that's when I can become a good listener and we can process. Mm-hmm. I say we because I would be talking to you, but whomever it is.
Yeah.
Which is typically why people like talking to me.
Yeah, because you can process things real time.
Yeah. But It like I said,
and I process things in my own time.
It can go south. Yesterday, I would say overwhelmingly, people were not like wanted me to feel different than I was feeling.
Which I don't like that either. You feel however you feel, right?
They're like,
just because I'm mad doesn't mean I want you to be mad. I want you to feel how you feel.
Like whether it's DMs or text, like especially people close to like. I would say anger is the prevailing sentiment.
I would agree.
And it's from people that typically anger isn't their first response.
That's why I like to get into why you feel that anger, though. I said it yesterday. Anger is usually a secondary emotion. Most people, I think, in the situation that are angry feel betrayed, which is why when I see a tweet that says right move, I don't want to hear it.
But he's talking to – you're right. But so you did say something that was interesting that I didn't really think of. Send the text.
Yeah, just send a text. Why is that a tweet? That was my issue because, if he's,
I get it. I'm not mad at you for that. If
he's just talking to Dennis, that's a text message.
Yeah.
Right. What I got from that, and maybe I'm reading too much into the situation, is he was in real time trying to get the people of Nebraska not to be mad at him anymore, because I don't think he probably loves that.
That's not what it was.
What was it?
I think he was saying, "All right, step in the right direction."
Okay, I mean that's fine.
I think that's what he was saying.
But at this point,
now we could. Who are we to really say whether he should have said it or not?
Yeah, that's fine.
I think that's a him or Dennis thing. But I think he was acknowledging the situation.
We needed to do something.
What I took from that was, it felt like he was trying to rehab his image in real time, and that may or may not be true. It may not be true. That's fine.
Why did you pick that one over bring the bus?
Because I don't care about that. Like he's doing
or Johnny Manziel
that part, because Johnny Manziel is part of his job now. I get that. I understand that Johnny Manziel is important to Texas A&M football. Okay. I get that. I don't have a problem with him now catering to his new job. He took the job. What you think he really liked? You think Trev is a Johnny Manziel guy? Come on. You know him, and you've seen a lot of Johnny Manziel. You think Trev's like, yeah, I'm riding with that dude.
Hey, nothing would please me more.
After Club Shay Shay, I love Johnny Manziel.
Yeah,
I do.
I don't think Trev's.
No, really, love's too strong of an emotion. I'm very stingy with that.
I don't think Trev is really a Johnny football guy. Right? He's doing his job now. I get that. I don't have a problem with that. Bussin' with the Boys is a huge podcast. It's good for his athletic department. I get that. I don't have a problem with that because he's doing his new job. Quit trying to do your old job by telling Nebraska right move.
I don't think what he said that.
But you don't get a say anymore.
Isn't he in until Friday? So I mean,
I don't think they're going to let him back in the office, Shane.
That will be interesting. There's so many good people. Like,
you think they turn off his key card?
Stop it.
I would have. Trying to get in the facility with a little card there.
There's so many people. There's a couple people there I hope he doesn't take.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't take anybody. I hope everybody's like middle fingers. We're staying here.
Yeah, but they're gonna have a new boss. At least not right now, but
no, at some point. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to decide if that's the boss you want to work for, and I get it. I've been there. We are gonna get to the Sam McEwen interview at some point.
The guy that I always sit next to on the plane, it's somebody that I'm like, just stay.
Just don't take him.
Yeah,
we'll just see where it goes.
Are you starting your aggressive text campaign? Like, hey,
you know
around?
what?
Not yet. I
think about it and then I never do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday I was like, because you never know if you're overstepping your bounds.
Can I just say?
I wanted to say, hey, blank.
Hope you stay around.
Hope you stay around. I love being with you.
Let me just say.
Trips.
Even if that's not a place where you think like that's not overstepping your bounds, that's just telling somebody you like being with them.
It's kind of weird.
Send the weird text, man. It's good. How many weird texts have I sent to you that have allowed us to be in this position?
I sent one to Matty DeMarinis that took some. Yeah, I was scared to hit send.
Yeah, how many times have I sent one of those to you where it's like, I don't know if I should really send this, but I'm going to.
Yeah. And, a couple. Yeah.
And that allows for the relationship to grow. Mm. And if the person doesn't receive it well, it's like, well, there wasn't much there anyway. Then, huh?
Shut your shot.
Yeah, it's like, what are you gonna do?
You mad? Though?
Like, I don't know a single person that like in a working environment was like, hey, I really like working with you. I hope you stay. Like, that's a great text to receive, even if you don't. Like nobody's mad about that.